time for another front porch sitting. I'm Cindy.
I'm Brett.
We're the 10 gardeners. Sitting on the front porch enjoying the cool air. Praying for the rain.
Dew points down, temperature's down. Very nice out tonight.
Because the only dot I see in the sky don't look like a star.
I think when it came out it was 74 degrees and the dew point was like 64 degrees. So it's really nice for once. It hasn't been nice in weeks.
No.
Still very dry here. We're still in a drought. She's talking about rain there. They gave us a 40% chance of rain tomorrow. We're believing it. We're praying for it.
Yes.
I told somebody the other day I thought the garden was going to die and roll up in tumbleweeds and blow away.
It's
The
dry
water
enough.
than it would have.
Dry enough.
Even our trees are starting to wilt and die. The hazelnut tree, I got the hazelnuts off the other day, is wilted. I got to water it in the morning whether it rains or not. It's looking pretty bad.
Yep, it's looking sick.
The old cranberry bushes are dying. They're wilted down. Leaves are turning brown. Not really worried about them that much, but I might water that one. I just saw it down, but other than that, it's been a pretty good day too. It hasn't been all that hot.
Oh, we had a good supper though. It's good in the summer when you go to the garden, you pick your vegetables, and you cook them straight from the garden. Well, tonight, as dry as it's been, you wouldn't have thought we got anything out of that garden. But I tell you what now, supper sure was good, and it all come from the garden.
Yeah, most of it did. We had 10 items out of the garden. The only thing that didn't come out of this year's garden was the pickled beets, and they came out last year.
I didn't eat no pickled beets.
Yeah, you didn't eat the beets or the pickles, but I had homemade dill pickles and homemade beet pickles too.
That was fresh squash and zucchini from this last round, wasn't it?
The squash was from the last couple of days, probably. We had a little
Onion from
tenderloin
last
with
time.
it and some cornbread, but we had, I offered 10 items out of the garden on supper tonight. You didn't eat that many, but I did.
I ate the squash, the zucchini, the pepper, the onion, and the green beans. I don't do the okra or the tomato or the beets or the pickle.
The hot pepper.
And he put the hot bell pepper in his.
I put the hot bell pepper in the okra. Fried okra just needs a little more kick. It was all good. Good healthy meal. We know where all the vegetables come from. We know what's been on them.
Yep. I like that. Well, it's cool. We didn't go in the deep freeze and get them out. We got it out of the garden, and it's September. I like that idea.
Yeah, the majority of it came out of the garden the last couple of days. And we're carrying water. We've got a trailer and tanks on it. And we've pumped probably 400 gallons of water out of an old well on the property. People are amazed it still has water.
I'm amazed it still has water.
We're being
That's
blessed.
the Lord.
Every time we pull up to it, put the pump off in it, it's about the same level. We'll pump out 100, 140, 50 gallons. Come back in a couple of days and it's back up about the same level. I'm trying to be sparing with it. Try not to water every day, but about every other day or every 3 days. Water with the well. I carry a little city water here and there.
It just makes everything, the well water makes everything greener to me.
Well, the city water won't make it grow. City water just keeps it alive. That's all that's really done.
It's wet in the ground.
It keeps them from dying, but you can put the well water on it and they'll turn darker green, start producing fruit again. Start fruiting out.
I meant to eat me a cucumber with dinner. I plumb forgot that.
We have fresh cucumbers too.
I forgot
That's
it.
another one.
Oh, I wonder who this is.
Yeah. We did wait till later on the night though, because it was cooler. We waited till the temperature went down. It was in the 90s today here. Our weather station, I think, said 97 today. Heat index of 100, but it's probably off by a couple of degrees. It's probably a little high, but it's still pretty hot. With the wind blowing and the dew point down, it was a good day. We pumped water right at lunchtime, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We filled the tanks up around lunch and brought them home.
Yes, it was.
The well's on one side of the property and the garden's on the other, so we just have to drive it back and forth with the truck. It ain't that far, but when you're pulling 150 gallons of water, it's nice to have a truck to pull it with.
Okay.
The trailer in the water is pretty heavy. I wonder if anybody ever closed our fence off. I'm gonna close our fence off in the morning.
I don't remember.
And we got a gate across about half of it. Trying to make sure nobody drives through before we drive back and forth. We don't want to build a road. It's been closed off ever since I can remember, but they've always had to park things or move stuff around to keep somebody from driving through there because there was a lot of gravel in it. It looks like a road, but we're trying to fix that. We've got grass growing. I get my way, there'll be a raised bed right in the middle of it before too long with strawberries in it. So.
Yeah. There's just something about drinking grape juice out of a mason jar. It tastes better.
Oh yeah. Put off planting the rest of the fall garden. It's been so hot. There's no use in putting it out. The ground's so dry you can't dig in it. The plants
You'd
wouldn't
have
make
to
it
have
anyway.
one of those, what do you call them things? Jackhammers?
You dig one right now on all this clay. What we did put out's not growing. We've got beans, but they was put out weeks ahead. They're just now starting to produce. They've been out for 6, 8 weeks, 10 weeks.
Oh,
About 10 weeks.
It stunned everything, I think.
It's been so hot, stuff just quit growing. We can water the tomatoes and the cucumbers and they'll put on a little bit. But if the temperature would stay down to this or a little bit lower, we might actually get this stuff to grow. I told her, I said, it's dry when okra won't grow. Okra will grow just by anywhere. It's so dry it won't make it.
The peppers are doing good.
No, the hot peppers are still doing good.
That's what I'm talking about, them hot things.
The bell peppers look pretty bad. They can't handle the heat too well.
They're not getting very big around. They're long, but they're long and skinny.
The ones we planted close to the jalapenos actually starting to look like jalapenos. They're getting the color and the shape of them.
Oh, that is wild. I picked one the other day. Of course, I was wearing gloves because I wear gloves when I pick the hot stuff. And I looked at that and I said, is this a jalapeno or is this a bell pepper? Because it looks like both.
It was 4 or 5 inches long, pointed on the end like a jalapeno, and had the purple black kind of tint to the green on it. It looked just like a gigantic jalapeno.
But it started getting fat and round like the
But it was big around like a bell.
Big Bertha.
That doesn't be right. Took a bite out of it.
I don't know. I'm not going to try. Not trying. I've had my fill of hot stuff.
I told the guys at work I was having to water the garden. I was using the hose, using the chlorinated, the city water, as I'd say. They told me the garden just wasn't worth it if I had to put city water on it.
It sure tasted good today.
We are using some city water. We're trying to spare the well. We don't pump the well dry, but we've been blessed so far. I told them, I said, I got too much invested and I can't let the garden die. And we're getting too much food out of it. If it just makes a meal a day, it's done a lot better than a few cents worth of city water.
Yeah.
And
It's also, gardening's good for stress, they say.
If you'd ate the raw cucumber, we could have set 11 items out of the garden that we used tonight.
I forgot all about it. I fully intended to eat me a cucumber.
The dill pickles come from the spring planting. The beet pickles came from a fall planting last year. Year before last, maybe it was last year. I plant them in the fall and we can them in about December. The rest of it was fresh items.
Mm-hmm. You can tell fresh
The
items.
onions was a spring planting too. I forgot they was froze. That company,
Yeah.
we got them about June.
Yeah.
We don't have the onions right now growing, but well, we got a few in the ground, but they're not really doing anything. It's so hot.
Yeah.
Betting on that rain tomorrow. Praying for it. It'll make all the difference. Quarter inch or half inch of rain, both gardens will change completely. They won't look the same in a day or two.
Well, the ground would just soak up all that water so fast it won't even realize it's rained.
Most people I work with won't have 2 gardens either. We started 3 this year. Turned one over to our daughter and son-in-law. We still got 2 going. It got really hot. I think they got tired of the gardening idea. It was too much for them to keep going.
It's hot. I got tired of doing it myself.
Yeah, it's hot.
I got a little more
Hard work.
excited yesterday picking the garden.
It's a lot better outside there today.
I don't mind picking the garden if it's 75, 80 degrees, but the 90 and 100, it's hot. When you're having to wipe the sweat, because when you're picking hot stuff and wiping sweat, that's not a good combination.
No, it's not. Yes, read she wears gloves. She can't begin to take the heat, much less the hot weather with it. And you wipe your face or rub your mouth or your eyes, or yeah, you're in trouble.
And that's when you want a milk bath. Something to make the burning stop.
It's not as hot as some of the channels I've watched. It's more south than we are, but
That's true.
we've seen what 115, 117 on the heat index.
Mm-hmm.
That's bad enough. The fact that it stays hot all day and then it runs late into the night, where lately it's been cooling off at night. It's been a lot better when the sun goes down. We're supposed to make a couple of different videos today, but the nap we took kind of messed that up, and then I cooked supper, and by the time I got supper cooked and ate, it was dark.
Well, we worked on a puzzle for a couple hours together. We worked on that for a little while.
Nice, small, multicolored 1,000-piece puzzle. We try to find something we can do together, spend time together. She's tried gardening this year, but when it got really hot and really nasty outside, you usually don't see very many people come out.
Well, the
And I have to
mosquitoes
say,
started taking me off.
I've stayed away from the heat some this year.
When the mosquitoes got big enough they could tote you off, it was time to go in the house. I was a buffet every day. Even off didn't even turn. I had deep woods off and it didn't turn them away. They ate through the blue jeans and the t-shirt.
Usually in September, you can go outside and work, take the heat. It ain't that bad. The wind's blowing. It's usually nice days, kind of like today. Get a lot more done, but last week it wasn't fun at all.
No, it ain't
It was
good
hot
fun.
and miserable everywhere you went. It was hot and sticky before lunch. I mean, 9 o'clock you could feel the heat coming. By 10 o'clock it was hot outside.
Couldn't breathe.
For some, I'm gone all day, 5 days a week.
And you're a little more used to the heat than I am. Even though y'all have an air conditioner in the shop, when you have to open that door up for the bus, it lets a lot of the heat in. So you're a little more used to the heat than I am. I was working in an air-conditioned school all day.
Well, we don't stay in the shop either. There's a
No.
lot of jobs you got to do outside. I'm in and out all day, which is worse to me than being inside with the air or outside with the heat. When you get used to the air for a few minutes and you go outside and you have to get used to the heat. You come back in, it's cold inside. It's hard on your body.
Yeah.
We got a lot more done, probably when the shop was still hot. So we rolled the doors up, turned the big fans on. We bring stuff in, get it in the shade, but now it's an aggravation because you got to raise the door to bring it in. You got to get it all the way in so you can close the doors because you're the air conditioner's set to run. I have a hard problem leaving a door open with the air conditioner running, even though there's nothing I can really do about it. To me, it's a waste, but I'm enjoying it. I have to say, it's been nice to have a cool place to go to.
Cool place to work.
Not wringing wet all every day.
I remember when you used to come home and you could just look at the layers of salt where you sweated down your shirt.
I can tell you, the school bus is still hot.
Dry.
The school bus still wets your shirt in the back and wets the back of your pants around your waistband because you sweat all the way in the evening.
No,
we don't have air conditioning on none of the big buses. Only special ed has air. When you ride on almost 2 hours in the afternoon, it gets pretty nasty at times, especially if you can't go fast enough to get the air to stir.
And you're stopping every so often.
Some of the back roads I run is you can't run 25 miles an hour without beating yourself to death.
Yeah.
Right now it's so dusty it don't make no difference. You probably couldn't see if you drove very fast.
It's gonna say you about choked just with the dust coming in the windows.
That's like last night. We raise our windows at night. It's been cool enough lately, about 9 o'clock, 9:30, it's down in the lower 70s. We raise the windows. Turn off the air. I had the windows up, just opened the doors. I went out and fed the dog and checked on everything. I noticed there was dust blowing everywhere. It was hazy outside from the dust. I came back in the house and it blowed through the windows of the house, which is a bad thing, but Cindy looked at me and she said, "What is this?" I said, "It's dust." She said, "You sure it ain't smoke?" She said, "It's awful dark in here." I said, "No, it's dust." I said, "It looks like a dust bowl outside. Looks like we're out in the desert area somewhere with the wind blowing." She even called around to make sure there wasn't a fire somewhere. She thought it was dark enough and dense enough it was something burning somewhere.
I call everywhere. I just call my kids to make sure they hadn't built a campfire over at the house. They have a tendency to want to, which they did cook out. I act like they're little. Samantha married with their own. I mean.
Yeah. They did like take care of the grass in the yard, doesn't it?
Well.
You strike a match and drop it and the whole yard would go poof.
Downside would be, and so would everything else around it.
Poof and it'd be gone.
Uh-huh.
It's brown where you cut it yesterday. It's already browning out.
Yep.
It wasn't very good yesterday. It wasn't green really, but now it is going to be dead if it don't rain tomorrow.
Oh, yesterday when he was mowing, all he done was sling dust everywhere.
And he'd disappear into the dust clouds.
You couldn't see him.
I'd listen for the lawnmower. He's a teenager. I still listen when he's mowing. Make sure everything's going good. You look out the window and I said, well, he's out there somewhere. All I can see is dust, but I can hear it running and I can hear it moving.
Still watch out for him even after he had a job all summer of mowing yards. I still look out the window to make sure he's okay.
You think it's about time to go in?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Tired of holding that chair down?
No, I'm tired of being an adult. I want to go to bed.
You tired of being an adult, ready to be a child, huh?
No, just want to go home, go in the house and go to bed. Getting harder to focus.
We thought we'd make a video of what's going on. Show you a little of the porch time where we sit out here and talk and cut up. Watch the wildlife of this little town, I guess, go by. Hope you enjoyed. God bless.